Hi students, welcome to week 4 of Organizational Behavior. This week we're in chapter 4 of our course text studying small group structures. This week we have a number of learning objectives. First, we're going to be studying characteristics that affect the throughput of small groups. Second, we're going to be looking at the internal influences of small group interactions, things like the physical environment, the group size, the group structure, and even the group type. And then we're going to dig a little bit deeper into group type, and we're going to look at explaining those differences between primary groups, casual social groups, for example, work groups, educational groups. There's problem-solving groups and computer-assisted groups. About the internal influences, for example, this week we're learning about the impact of the physical environment's setup on the group dynamics. The text covers different room and meeting layouts, for example, to optimize member interactions. This week we're also studying those 6 different types of groups I mentioned, the primary groups, educational, communication, work groups, casual, and then problem-solving groups. You see, each of these different groups, the norms and expectations and the procedures, they're different. Our behavior in one group may not be appropriate behavior in another group. So it's important to know the differences and be able to identify which group we're in. The communication network may also be different within these groups. The type of group and the size of the group significantly impact the effectiveness of group communication. Communication and interpersonal relationships, they go hand in hand. Larger groups often yield lower member satisfaction and weaker interpersonal relationships. In large groups, it's harder to do communications. We're also looking at group size this week. It's important to remember that the type of group is correlated quite closely to the optimum group size. For example, 5 is about the right size group for a problem-solving group, but it may not be the right size for a work group. The text also focuses on selecting the right group for the right outcome. For example, if the focus is to solve a problem, then a social casual group probably isn't the right choice. If the group is tasked with resolving a concern, then maybe a problem-solving group is likely the best way to go. Lastly, be sure to read the research at the end of the chapter. It begins on page 204 in your text. There's some good practical information in the research articles about how to structure and run meetings. All right, that's it for now. Please read through chapter 4 to better understand these details. And as usual, I'll be available during virtual office hours on Tuesday evening from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's your time in Arizona. Contact me with questions. I would also offer that if you cannot meet with me during the scheduled virtual office hours, let me know. I'd be happy to work out another time to have a virtual meeting with you sometime throughout the week. Remember, God is on his throne. He's always been there and he's always going to be. Have a great and wonderful day.